Hello, it's my life here. I'm going to talk to you about some shit. It's probably not going to be very interesting, but I recorded like 16 minutes and I don't want it to go to waste. I'll probably start a podcast if I feel like it. I mean, I might do this again if I've ever got something I really want to talk about, which I didn't. In fact, I probably didn't talk about anything relevant throughout the whole of this whole thing. I know I'm saying this before, but this is recorded after because I did a gay intro originally and it didn't sound very good. Not that being gay is bad, not that I'm gay, not that I wouldn't. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. Just gonna. You can. Yeah. Gonna just put the actual. This intro's stupidly long. I have absolutely no fucking idea why I did this. Haha, I don't know why I did that. Anyway, I'm going to sing a theme tune to you because that's something that these things always have, right? Intros. That shows a benchmark of high quality editing, right? Not that I've edited this in. Let's have a think. Oh, here's my intro. Dun 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 dun. The My Life Show with George and no one else. It's just me. At the moment, because I haven't got any friends yet. Now, this may surprise some of you, but I don't believe in happiness. I just don't believe it exists. I believe you have sad and you have neutral. Happiness just isn't achievable in today's society. We're just so surrounded by distractions and shit. Just told what we want. That we will never achieve true happiness, that we will never be able to achieve our dreams if we were left to just grow naturally. If it was 400 years ago and we all lived in trees and people asked us, what do you want? What would make you happy? I think we'd say, nuts and berries would make me happy. And now, things haven't really moved on much. It's just that now we want things like PlayStations, the latest Apple products. We want people to accept us for who we are. Well, fuck people. If they don't accept you for who you are, fuck them. Don't accept them for who they are. Don't ever take no for an answer, unless it's, about sex. Always take no for an answer about sex. Don't rape anyone. I didn't tell you to rape anyone. Anyway, it's just sort of disappointing that life is the way it is. That it's almost impossible nowadays to maintain human contact. Just imagine what it would have been like to receive a letter. Like, I just met this girl. Got her address, guys. I'm gonna write that bitch a letter. 3 weeks later, you get a reply. And she's like, I will go with you to a place. And you'll be like, yeah, don't remember who you are. Because you sent that letter three weeks ago. It'd be like blind date all the time. Think of how fun that would be, guys. Think, man. Jesus. Like Facebook and shit, also known as social networking. I don't regard it as social networking, I regard it as social comparison. Because all you're on there to do is compare your life to other people, really. I mean, of course you have that whole side of it where you're like, you alright, mate, I haven't seen you in approximately 30 or so years. How have you been doing? And you're like, can you remind me who you are again? I have absolutely no idea of to whom I am talking. So you just like, wow, isn't that nice? So you've become a cheese farmer. That's nice. I have a job doing stuff like copying stuff on the photocopier. It's a good job. Get loads of money. Which is another thing that annoys me, is people tend to judge their lives based on how much money they earn. It's not about money, it's about happiness, which I've already discussed doesn't exist. Anyway, if it did exist, why do things that make you unhappy because of money? That isn't something you should be doing. You should do what you love, even if it is basically working for free, because if you love it, you'll find a way to maintain that lifestyle for yourself. I mean, hopefully, one day I'll be doing something I love. I'm only, 18? So my life message to you would be to stay clean, and by that I mean just don't let yourself get dirty, just shower a lot. Because no one likes people who smell. I'm not referring to not taking drugs, which is another thing that annoys me, by the way. Drug taking, I don't get that at all. I mean, I get it. I get that you're so unhappy with your life and everything around you that you want to dull your senses and change your views on it for even a moment. But I don't get why you do it and why you try and force it down other people's throats. I mean, you only have to listen to students talk. All they talk about is, oh my god, which is the cheapest of the bars to which what I can get an alcoholic beverage. And that's all they talk about. They haven't got anything else to talk about. They haven't got any likes or dislikes. All they like to do is going out, getting drunk, getting so drunk that they can't find their way home. Which sounds horrible to me. That doesn't sound fun. Not only that, alcohol tastes like disappointment. Much like my life sounds like disappointment, but I'm happy sometimes, sort of, probably, but that's just me. It takes a little bit of me every time I see someone do something that they regret. It hurts me inside that they're so stupid without thinking forward that they would do something and then be like, I wish I could take that back because I hurt people's feelings and I didn't want to hurt people's feelings, but now people's feelings are hurt and I would take it back. But if I had the chance to do it again, I wouldn't have done it in such a way, but I did it, and I'm sorry, everyone. Can you please forgive me? But no one is going to forgive you for things that you've done, because people are as fickle as water, and that makes no sense, but I'm going to make it make sense, and by that I mean people's opinions change. They're free-flowing. Unless, of course, they're really religious. Religious people tend to be stuck in their ways. They tend to not really venture into the land of reason very often. They're all like, yo, my God is better than your God, man. And then I'm like, I don't believe in God. And they'll be like, why? Why don't you believe in Jesus? He is, after all, the greatest carpenter who ever lived. And I'll say Jesus was a pretty mediocre carpenter, if I'm completely honest. I mean, I haven't seen any of his work, but, it's like he kind of spent more time not carpenting, which for a carpenter doesn't sound, particularly useful. I mean, there is that whole, I'm the son of God thing, which, if someone in this day and age went, by the way, everyone, I am the son of God, by the way, love each other, don't be dicks, which is, fundamentally what he said. He didn't even really come out with much else other than, don't be dicks. That's pretty much Jesus' message. Jesus just said, don't be dicks, and yet people are still dicks. They've always got that you're a homosexual. I'm not gay, by the way. You are not allowed to get married because in the Bible it says that your people, the homosexuals, are not really people. Much like the black people in the Bible are not really regarded as people, and women are not allowed to be preachers or stuff of such sorts. You know, the Bible is a horrible, horrible piece of literature, and I think it should be taken as that. It should be taken as a book of advice written by people many, many years ago. I mean, what makes your religion any more right than the Greek religion or the Nordic religion, for that matter, fact thing? I mean, what makes your thoughts and ideas on what happens after death any more right than theirs? What, because they were a primitive culture who believed that when you die, if you die in battle, you get to drink alcohol, which, you know, fuck alcohol. You know, that's just... I started out, I was going to talk for like a minute. I've gone for like 9 minutes 30, I just can't stop at this point. So I'm going to just keep going. What else annoys me? Oh yeah, patriotism. I don't get that. My country's better than your country, damn it. Like, no, your country's not better than my country. Your country... I mean, no. You should judge a country by the people in it, not by how much wealth or how much oil it has. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You should judge a country by the fucking amount of usefulness that it gives out to the world. You just got countries like America and the England that are like, yo, we have the big armies and the many nukes that we are going to use on all of the people if they try and fuck with us, and that's not cool, guys. That's not, you're like, but it's preventative. If anyone has a nuke and they want to fire the nuke, we can be like, do not fire the nuke. We also have the nukes, of which what we will fire at you if you fire the nukes. Which doesn't make sense, because guess what? If you get rid of the nukes and they get rid of the nukes, guess who's going to have nukes? No one. You know, it's just common sense, guys. Come on, fuck. You've got weapons that can destroy the world in a matter of seconds and make it so that no life can be on it for fucking hundreds of years? That's fucking insane. Why would you use those? I mean, have you not learnt your lesson? It's like going up to a child and going, here is a lighter. Do not use this lighter to burn things. Just hold on to it for a bit. I mean, someone's eventually going to use the fucking lighter, aren't they? You dick. I bet it's gonna be America. Fucking America. Throwing tea off our boats. Fuck you, America. You don't know what's good for you. You want low taxes and you want government to help you. You want the government to stick its nose out of your business until your business, you know, it's sort of like, oh, government, what are you going to do about that? Only in a less English accent, I assume. I mean, if you're voting, I don't think you'd probably have an English accent, unless, of course, you were sort of like half English, and then, or you were born in America, that's one of the ones, and you had English. You know, I'm just going way off topic here. I actually don't mind Americans. I just don't like their government. I don't like their system is just stupid. If you've ever read into American system, you'd think, oh, that makes loads of sense. They're going to get loads of stuff done. But no, their system just causes gridlock. It's bullshit, if I'm completely honest. It's almost as stupid as the English system, of which is fairly stupid. England, it's like, alright, we're going to split everyone up into constituencies, and whoever gets the most friends into Parliament may become the Prime Minister, and then you can tell people what to do. And in America, it's like, okay, you can be the president, and then we'll fight over Congress, and Congress is the important place, because Congress is where shit gets done, or in the case of the American government, where shit doesn't get done. In fact, it so constantly doesn't get done that no one actually knows what goes on in the American government whatsoever at all. In fact, their government has closed down recently. It's also reopened recently, but they didn't fucking sort out the problem that they were supposed to sort out. I mean, like, fuck, guys. Your economy isn't going to get any better if you constantly shut down government and stop government workers from working. I mean, that means food standard agency type people will be like, yeah, I can't work today because the government won't pay my wages, and then the food will get all rotten and stuff, and people are like, for a day I will. I will serve people the worst kind of food possible and make as much profit as I can. And I have talked shit for constantly like 13 minutes. I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about at this point. In fact, I'm probably going to just keep going. Let's have a look at the news. Let's see if there's anything on here that I want to talk about. Let's see. Let's go to... Yeah, let's go to sci-fi. Sci-fi and environment. Science and environment. Let's not do that because that looks boring as shit. Let's look at technology. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's something I can talk about. The consoles that recently released. I can't believe I glazed over them and didn't really talk. I hope this hasn't been fucking recorded, like ruined this recording, because my mic's just like, it goes... So yeah, I don't understand this whole, my console is better than your console because my console has more RAM. I don't get that. I mean, the console you find to be better tends to be the ones that your friends play, or the one that you've always played. I mean, people don't tend to swap. I mean, I know a load of people have recently, and that's because the Xbox launched with all these features that the PlayStation 4 also has, but the PlayStation 4 didn't like ruin it by like going, this is what you will have to do now. They were all like, this enables you to do this. And that was a really smart move, Sony. Congratulations. Congratulations, Sony. I mean, obviously, right, it's about the games that they play. And as far as I'm concerned, the only games that I would like to play on either console are also available on the computer, which, you know, is a weird stance for someone to take, which means that the next generation console that I'm going to get is the Wii U. And I know there's a bunch of you going, the Wii U is not a next generation console. I'm like, no it is. Do you not understand what the term next generation means? What it means is it's the generation of the next. It means that it's not the consoles that launched previously, but the consoles that recently launched, of which the Wii U is. It is the next generation Nintendo console as much as the Xbox One, or the X1 as I've recently decided to call it, or the Xbox Win. I don't like either of them. You've also got the Sony Gay Station, which is fantastic console from what I've seen, apart from the games, much like the Xbox Win, but Nintendo recently. So what was I saying? Yeah, but the Nintendo Wii, it's the only thing that does anything that my computer can't. So hopefully they get some good games out. I hope it doesn't turn into just a first-party machine, but I'm not really that upset about that, because Nintendo do come out with good games every so often. They don't actually, just release shit half the time. Like, most in-house developers do. You get the occasional gem, like Last of Us. That was a pretty good game, and I count Naughty Dog as an in-house developer for Sony. I mean, they pretty much are, if you think about it, you douchebag. But I mean, Microsoft has like an awful amount of shit games that people just don't even know they made. Disappointing. Just disappointing, this whole console launch. I mean, the PS3s have been delayed, I've heard. That might be lies. I may have just made that up from the top of my head, because I do that. I do that quite often. I'm just able to talk and just make shit up on the spot. I mean, yeah. What next? Let's think for a second. And by a second, I mean literally. I'm going to make a noise. I'm going to cut from just after that. The next noise I make, obviously, because I'm explaining what I'm doing. And then I'm going to keep going then I'm going to cut out the bit from the next noise, and I'm going to just make it free-flowing. So, you ready? So, basically, right, this is the thing that really confuses me about things, and that is how I don't understand this whole piracy thing. I mean, obviously, game piracy is something I don't really understand. I know people that they will They will download a game illegally just to try it out, and if they like it, they'll buy it. If they don't like it, they don't continue playing it, because why would you continue to play a game you don't enjoy? Yeah, bell end. I mean, an easy way for most developers to get around this would be, give a fucking demo for your game. Unless it's so god-awful that you have to trick people into buying it by just paying off fucking magazines and internet companies to be like, this is the best game that I have ever played. And I have no idea why I did that voice. It's my favourite voice in the whole world. Hello there, I live on a farm outside of Dublin, and I be doubling up my profits every time I write a review on Metacritic. Anyway, what I was saying about piracy. Obviously, the industries lose a fuck ton of money, literally a fuck ton. But there's people out there that can't afford to buy your things if you take it as a sort of like publicity thing, when people are all, if you like go, pirating is alright, we do not mind it. And then people will be like, these guys are cool, I feel like buying their games now. But if you do what like other companies do, like piracy worst thing ever. If I ever catch someone pirating my game, I will chop off their balls and I will feed them their balls. You should be like, you should literally, it works out as a sort of like publicity thing. They're like, I played that game, I enjoyed that game, I'm going to tell my friends about that game, and maybe 2-3 of my friends will buy that game. You know? Not everyone's a scumbag pirate. Yar! You know what I mean? Wicked. But, that's pretty much what's on my mind today. There's nothing really else I feel like talking about. Oh, I got something I can talk about. That's gonna have to wait for the next episode of me talking. Of the My Life show.